awesome. Thank you to the Brownbaum family, to the STS. It is an incredible honor and privilege for me to introduce a cherished friend, colleague, and peer mentor this morning, Dr. Shanda Blackman. I have known this extraordinary leader for the past 16 years and have worked with her in several national organizations and committees over the past decade. A native of Georgia, Shanda's had a track record of excellence from the beginning. She obtained her BA in Fine Arts from the University of Texas, Austin, and MPH from Emory University and MD from Morehouse School of Medicine. She subsequently trained in general surgery at Georgia Baptist Hospital, CT Surgery Fellowship at Baylor, and Thoracic Oncology Fellowship at MD Anderson. After being recruited to Houston Methodist and rising to the rank of Chief of Thoracic Surgery, she served there for 8 years and then was recruited in 2015 to the Mayo Clinic, where her trajectory continued to rise. And after an outstanding tenure there, as Dr. Molina just announced, she was successfully recruited a few weeks back home to Baylor, where she will also be the new head of the Lung Institute. # breaking news. Shanda has a mind-boggling CV, which includes over 200 peer-reviewed publications, over 100 instructional videos on YouTube, a patent for a novel esophageal device, developer of a mobile app, and principal investigator of numerous clinical trials. She has served in several national organizations, including the current Secretary-Treasurer of the Southern Thoracic Surgical Association, the outgoing STS Council Chair on Member Engagement, and past President of Women in Thoracic Surgery. But where she truly shines is in mentorship and sponsorship. Dr. Blackman has mentored and sponsored over 100 medical students, surgery residents, CT surgery fellows, and junior faculty. From her many mentees, 2 quotes reflect her excellence. Dr. Betty Tong at Duke University, one of last year's award recipients, unfortunately couldn't be here today because of an illness, but she shared the following. Shanda is a relentless supporter of women in our specialty. She does this through active mentorship, sponsorship, and by simply celebrating the successes of others in our field. As a leader, she has opportunities to raise others to fill important roles, and she does. Dr. Blackman truly walks the walk as a woman thoracic surgeon leader and provides an example for others to follow. Dr. Mara Antonoff at MD Anderson writes, she cares about her mentees not just as surgeons, but as humans. She is kind, compassionate, has enormous energy and resilience, and everyone around her, not just surgeons, are all better for knowing her. Dr. Shanda Blackman is wife to Matt, mother of 3 amazing kids, Sam, Jake, and Grace, who are all here with us today. Innovator, surgeon, leader, advocate, mentor, sponsor, and professional colleague extraordinaire. I and so many others across the globe are blessed to know her. She makes and inspires each and every one of us to do better each day, to bridge our differences, and unite in our quest to build a better world. I can think of no one more deserving of the 2024 Extraordinary Women in Cardiothoracic Surgery Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Shanda Blackman.
Okay, this is the best birthday present ever. This is going to be hard. So thank you to everyone who nominated me for this award. I'm grateful to even be thought of, much less selected. Really, this is for you, because if I've ever helped any of you, you've helped me just as much. Thank you so much to Elaine and to the STS staff, to Daniela and the WTS family, to Jenna and Tom, and all of the STS executive team for supporting me and agreeing to support the future of the NSB Center. We're going to do great things. I flew Jake and Sam, and we drove Grace and my husband Matt out here so that they could see the kind of people that I get to work with, the kind of teams that support us, and the incredible supportive community that we have. Before starting my new job, I'm spending some time launching a new book, and I'm moving my family to Houston, driving carpool, going to one of Jake's regattas, going down to see Sam and spend some time on the farm. and diving deep into some long-neglected friendships. Just last week, I got to sit at the bedside of a friend of mine as she took her last breath, dying of esophageal cancer. And I realized that all these plaques and awards and all of these accomplishments don't mean anything compared to the difference that we make in each other's lives, how we support each other. Our Carolyn Reed boxes are precious. Thank you to Mike Mattis for teaching me about resilience and helping me build confidence and tell my own story. Thank you for encouraging me to tell the stories of others, like Linda Martin, Elizabeth Stevens, Kim Holst, Megan Helter, Aaron Schumer, Mara Antonov, Sahar Sanuki, Aaron Gillespie, and Zaid Abdel-Sadr, and so many more of the residents that I've had the honor and privilege of training, and colleagues that I know that are in this room. May we all have the courage to care for one another, learn from one another, and grow from one another. I have lost 5 friends to suicide in my surgical career. We are more delicate than we know. Some of us are only hanging on by a thread. Our connection is critical. To my mentors, thank you for teaching me that life is both great and hard. I've had tremendous opportunity, support, responsibility, as well as impediment, and for all of that, I'm grateful. I haven't really slept much these past 30 years, but all of your voices will echo in my head. Breaking down these barriers was not easy, and at times I didn't think I would survive. But as I went through that glass ceiling, I tried hard not to let the shards of the glass cut me along the way. I had the support of my husband, Matt, who gave up his entire career to raise our family. I had the support of my residents and friends, who later became friends, colleagues, and the support of what I call our tribes. The Breakfast with Tom Varghese, the Miami Women's Surgery Group, led by Linda Martin, the Rochester Tribe of Women, the STS Leadership Group, now led by Steve Yang, my STS friends, and the Gloucester Retreat Group especially. You're always unconditionally there, and without these groups, a sense of belonging or being part of something, it doesn't really mean anything. Doing this will require endless teams of people to support us. These past few years have been tough. Not one day goes by that I'm not grateful for our strong love within our family. Each of my children, you make me so proud. I hope you've been watching to see the way that your father has caved his entire world around us to support our family and my career. It's not normal. He is our rock, and I'm so grateful for everything that you've done. Remember my rules for you. Yeah, thanks, Matt. To my kids, remember my rules for you. Do something you love, bring value to the world, and try your best while putting the ones that you love first. I pray the women entering the specialty will get twice the joy I've experienced and less than half the pain I've endured. When you assert yourselves, may you be seen as leaders and not bossy. When you ask for instruments, may you not have to say please. When you advocate for others and have access to things like breastfeeding stations and equal facilities, may you not be seen as a complainer. May you always be called doctor instead of by your first name. May you have the right to have your family and your career, but not be asked about how you plan to balance it in the middle of an interview. May you be at the table where the decisions are made and not just be given a seat and told to quietly sit there and be quiet and grateful. May you be in charge of the leaning in and the leaning out when you need it. These dreams seem basic, but these events are common. I know STS and WTS are dedicated to making this happen. Remember, we are not defined by our affiliations, titles, positions, institutions, or accomplishments. Instead, we are defined by our relationships and the patients we help. So get out your pearl necklaces and remember the beautiful, round, polished jewel of a pearl starts with some grit. Tell the stories of your colleagues. There's power in the stories you tell. Build your tribe and build your village and support the villages of others. You get to choose your real family today. Mine is in this room. Be better at building it than tearing down. We will all be vulnerable at some point in our career. And it's groups like these that sustain us all along the way. You are smart and capable, and you are surrounded by people who want you to succeed. And thank you. I love you all.